Hello and welcome back. This week we're going to have a quick look at this terrific Freightliner presentation set, catalogue number R.645, and I believe these were available from late 67 through to around 1970. We can see the end of this box has suffered a little bit of damage over the years there. We've got trying Hornby's name, a great British Rail logo there, and the word Freightliner. And now we've got the old catalogue number and the words requires power controller and track. Just to remind us that if you were buying one of these sets, you were just going to get the locomotive and wagons. On the edge of the box, just like some boxes we've seen recently, it's got details of extra accessories which could be bought to add realism to your layout. And the set just contained a single high-mech locomotive like we see here in the illustration in British Rail blue, and 3 of these terrific Freightliner wagons, each one of them having 3 containers on. Other end of this box is in much better condition. You can see the original staples in the cardboard there, and we've got the old catalogue number, and again the price could be written there, and again that reminder that there's no power controller or track included in this box. Those lovely big staples for the cardboard there, made in Great Britain by Rovex Industries Limited. And as we move along here, it reminds us that we could start a system with trying Hornby here with one of these layouts, and it's got these basic layout plans and a list of the track required, and I think that's a really good idea. I don't know whether this set ever came with an instruction leaflet, but it could have been a way of cutting down on cost of providing another leaflet inside the box. But I think they're really terrific diagrams. So just looking inside the box there, we can see the beautiful blue high-mech there, and that wonderful paper sticker in the middle of the box there on that vac form tray. Got the catalogue number R.645 trying Hornby, and the wonderful BR double arrow logo and the Freightliner name there. A really striking thing when you lift off the lid, just seeing those wagons and that great bold red stripe down the centre of the box. A really great thing. And once you've got the set out and the layout, it really does look terrific. She's just passing the station here, coming across all of these points. Tiny bit of a stutter there. There is just pickups on the power bogey on this model, remember. But she's going to make light work of that incline. These wagons are quite light. They were catalogue number R633, the solo models, available 67 to 74. Looking terrific as she approaches that bridge now. And we are going to have to back off the power a little. She's going to pick up a little speed as she comes down the incline. And we're going to have a great shot as she comes towards the camera, and just listen to the sound of the motor as she comes up towards us. Initially when these sets were released, the high-mech I think was in electric blue for a very short period of time. I know I was referring to it as BR blue, but I think this is electric blue. When we look at these against another model which is in rail blue, I think we can see the difference. It's very difficult to tell the two apart. So this diesel shunter here, I believe, is in rail blue, and this is in a slightly more sort of electric blue. I'll just put the diesel shunter down. This is a really great looking model. So it's loads of detail. We've got a little bit of wear and tear here on the ends where it's coming in and out of the box over the years. We've got the horns moulded into the roof, and we've got this lovely exhaust vent and plenty of detail across the roof. And I think these cab windows are a separate plastic insert into the moulding. I'll just spin that around and have a look. Really a terrific looking model. And underneath we have this paperwork here which advises us not to connect it directly to the mains. So we'll just pop that down. Initially, when the high-mech was released, I think it was supposed to come along in 66, but it didn't, and it was delayed till 67, and it came along in this fantastic two-tone green. Personally, I think this is a stunning looking model in this colour, but it didn't stay that way for very long. By the end of 67, trying to take the decision to turn it into electric blue. We'll just pop that down. The Freightliner wagons, I think these are a terrific idea they had, in line with what was going on the railways at the time. Each of these containers has a separate number on it on a paper sticker here. We'll just have a swift look along there. Lovely BR logo there and the word Freightliner. The later variant of this just had Freightliner Limited along the side and didn't have the separate numbers on the containers. And also the later ones had a blue colour base instead of this black colour base. So I'll just put this down and just have a look at one of the containers. I think it's a 2-part plastic mould, sorry, 4-part, because the doors are separate as well. Really nice thing. It just sort of sits onto the base with these little holes here, and they clip into little protrusions on the base there. We'll just open that, so it really has some play value. We could really carry some stuff in there, couldn't we? And they're a really great idea. And now approaching the station again, we're going to bring her through the crossover, points number 8 at toy train speed there. Let's see how well behaved she is. And then we'll close those behind her. I thought that went rather well. So as we said earlier, she was available, this locomotive, in 1967 in that beautiful two-tone green. Then in 68 she seems to have become electric blue, and 69 on through to 76 in rail blue. And I believe in 1977 to 78 there was a variant of her in two-tone green again, this time with catalogue number R.645 Freightliner. Well, just a quick look at the base of this model. And we said earlier that this Freightliner container was available with Freightliner Limited later on, and I think that stayed around till 1974. But I believe the bases of these models went on for quite some time, maybe even into the 90s, and by which time they'd turned to a slightly blue colour. I think that happened in the early 70s. We can see those protrusions there, whether that container would just slot in. There were slightly longer containers as well. I have one here, so it's a very modular thing, so this would also just clip on to the same base there. Quite a neat idea really. So open to lots of different variations. And we just got the old plastic wheels there on metal axles, which are pinpoint. We've got plenty of detail there, and the old triangle D-shaped coupling there. We just riveted it onto the bogie assembly there. We'll just pop that down. We'll just have a quick look at one of the other models available in that range, and this is the BP Chemicals container wagon here. And you can see that does have the blue base on it there. And there's a whole number of these released over the years. We'll just have a look at the other end of the box. This one was R.645. And here we can see it says BR Freightliner wagon with 3 20-foot BP chemical containers. It's a great price there as well, isn't there? Really fantastic when you find these old labels on the end of the box. As I say, there's a whole range of these available over the years, and I think it probably went on into the 90s with different variants, and there were some interesting Canadian variants too. We had a look at the green variant of this model much earlier in the year, and I'll include a link in the description box for that if you want to have a look at this model in a little bit more detail. The insides are identical. We do have a black buffer beam here, as the green one had a red buffer beam. We still have no pickups on here. We had to wait till the early 70s to get pickups on the dummy bogie. And we have the same arrangement with the power bogie. We've got nylon drive gears here. We do have the magnesium. As I say, have a look at the earlier video if you want to have a look in more detail at the workings of this model. From what I've read, this set didn't sell that well. So she didn't appear in the 1970 catalogue, even though being available. But she did appear one last time in 1971 with an older picture of the set, containing the Freightliner wagons as we see them here today with black bases, and the word Freightliner rather than Freightliner Limited. I think the wagons changed over to Freightliner Limited in 1970. Still, have a look at page 11, and I'll see you again next week when we'll have something else from the Hornby period. Thanks for watching. Goodbye now.